I've started a form here so I can show you how to make the columns and how to adjust them. So this is a dramatic play materials list that you might give to a teacher on items that are accessible, real objects to have in a dramatic play center when you have students who are blind or visually impaired. So at the very bottom, I just put some of the information into a chart in case you made the mistake like me and you had used a chart to be able to group your words. And I'm going to show you how you don't have to retype all the information. You can pull the text out. If you just select the table and you go to layout and you go to the data tab and you'll find convert to text, and you're going to select that and you're going to say you want to change it to a paragraph. And you hit OK, and there you pulled it out and it is in the order that you need. I already have that list. I just wanted to show you that because that is the mistake I made when I had a lot of my lists before making them accessible. So when you have it, I've already went ahead and put in our headers and made the font the way I wanted to, just to save time here. You select your text that you're going to use in it. I've got a few extra spaces there we can get rid of. So let's highlight all the items. I have kitchen items, furniture items, household items, clothing, and accessories. I'm going to get rid of that in a minute. There's a colon I don't need. And I am going to put that, I'm going to go to layout. We want to put it into a column. And in page setup tab is columns. And I'm going to put it into 3. The defaults are 1, 2, or 3, but you can choose to have more columns if you want by selecting, if you go to columns, more columns, and you can adjust the number, and you can see in the preview how that's going to look. Depending on how many words you have, you might want to have more columns. I'm going to keep it at 3 columns, but I might change the spacing between them a little bit. Right now, the default on it is the 1/2 of an inch. And although you want to keep your white space, I'm going to reduce that down just a little bit to 0.3. Let's see how that looks and select OK. It didn't really change it much. I think I'm going to go back to having that 1/2 inch. There we go. I think that looks better. All right, so now I have my columns, and whenever I create my worksheets, I like to have my headers be at the top of each of the columns, and so I've got my kitchen items listed. I'm going to go to the beginning of the next heading, which is furniture items, and still in the layout tab in the page setup, I'm going to go to breaks, and I'm going to say I want a column break, and then that's going to bring it up to the next column. I'm going to do the same thing with that clothing item. Just think that looks a lot more balanced, looks better. And there you go. That is how you create columns.